Hey everybody out there, it's Alabama Dayton coming back at you. And today we are looking at this legitimate Rolex band. Customer has dropped off. They need extra links added to it. And so we shall. Coming in on it, we're looking in at this beautiful crown. Let's get it as far as we can. And there we go. It's a bit shaky, I know. But there's that coming on up all the way to the very end. And on the back side of the other piece, absolutely just stunning. How do we know it's real? There is the serial number, and it looks different than a replica. There is the other serial number. It looks like it was done by Rolex. It doesn't look like it's lasered in or anything else like that. It looks pretty legitimate to me. And he needs 2 extra bands added to it, which is going to bring up a video today. And I'm trying to get others done as fast as I can, but it is busy, busy, busy. I got to fix my car again. My wife is in the hospital. So that's slowing me down a lot. It always seems like it's something, doesn't it, folks? It's always something to slow you down. So if you're the one out there, or feel like you're the only one out there that something comes along, kicks you in the butt, and knocks you down a few steps backward, you're not alone. I am there with you. I feel like I am just a magnet for bad luck. But not so on this, as this person needs 2 links. If this one goes for a Pepsi GMT, and he desperately needs 2 links put on it for a man he just sold it to, and for the deal that he's doing. So I'm going to help him out with that. I've got 2, 3, 4 legitimate links here. They do fit. Got to see if any of these pins over here are going to transfer over. We're just going to wait and see. But the video for today is, can you, with replica, can you use a replica link on a legitimate Rolex oyster band? That question to answer for you is yes, you can. And I'm going to show you. One of these, I'll make sure I do have it. Yep. One of these, of course, you already know by the hole missing. One of these links is not real. One of these links is a replica off a AAA Rolex. And without knowing which one it was, could you point it out to me, please? As if you didn't already know. It's going on the very end. You see a little bit of a difference in the case material, perhaps. I mean, the link material. But not by much. You see how that is just off color just a little bit. It needs a little bit more refined polishing. But on the opposite side, it's a little bit more difficult to see. See how that replica link is just perfect size and everything. I need to mash it in a little bit more. It's perfect. It's just perfect. So you can use replica links. Yes, there are aftermarket links out there. And so we are going to be doing this for this gentleman, putting the links back in there. I need to make sure I have the correct pins for it, as the pins themselves are aftermarket, so they may have a different threading on it, not enough thread measurements, and it may not be 100% correct on that. If not, I'll have to go to eBay for it. But I don't mind using an aftermarket pin because the links are genuine. But as you can see, look at the replica. See how it matches up? Almost perfect. Could you tell a difference? is the main question. Look at that. Bringing it into the light just some. You can tell that this one's been polished more. This one has not. So that may be it as well, is the polishing on it. This one's been polished to high heaven. This one is brush. But if I was to put the polishing on it, which I'm, think I might, copying this one, it would never be known. So that's just incredible. That's how close even a AAA band is to a original. It's that close. That close. Looks like there's an arch on the inside of it, just a little bit. You could do that with all your links if you wanted to buff it some. Little arch there makes it more comfortable. But yep, that is it. That is that. So, okay. I wanted to just show you what we had going on here. At first, I thought it was for a Submariner, but it's not. It is for a GMT Pepsi. Let's do a look at the clasp. Well, the clasp is really no different. Okay, tell you what, let's go a step further. Let's bring in a replica band of the same kind, and let's do a compare. So there we are. We got this original here. Push that back just a little bit. Let's bring in my replica band. Let's do a little compare. Of course, mine is on my watch. But let's compare these two. Look at that. Let's zoom in for a closer look. Let's get that cornet in there. Look at that. Now, I got to be able to see myself a little bit. You see how similar that is? Do you see how similar that is? One is fake, one is not. Now, he has a shorter version, I guess, right there. But it's super close. Okay, let's come on down to the clasps. Let's do a side view like this. And a side view with that. You can see how this one is much deeper and grooved in compared to this one. Well, I don't know. That's pretty darn close as well, isn't it? But you can tell a difference to some degree. I think it's very close. Let's look at the thickness of the clasp versus that. See how thick that one is right there? Let's compare it to this one. It's a lot thinner, isn't it? So by the thickness of the clasps, I'm thinking you should be able to tell. You can look at the serial numbers. See, here's my serial number on mine. Zooming in on the replica. You see how clean that serial number is? It looks very clean, doesn't it? But then again, on this one, it may look clean, but it's a different font, and it's a different method of putting it on there, it seems. Seems like this one was laser etched in here or something. This one was done with a lot more care. and done differently as far as I'm concerned. It looks like that was nearly punched in versus this one being etched in. It was very, very close. But anyway, yeah, big difference with those cereals with how they look. Everything else looks very, very, very close to each other. Very close to each other. So close, I don't think anyone would ever know. If you just replaced a link with just a replica, I don't think you'd be able to tell, because here it is again. This is looking out, not zoomed in. The replica's on the end versus the original. You can barely tell. I'll be honest, with the naked eye, not using the camera, it matches, it still matches. And that's probably because this steel is probably 316, like this vintage is probably 316. 904 steel for Rolex didn't come out till later, I believe. So that would be a difference. But okay, guys and gals, I just want to show you the difference on a legitimate band versus a replica. And, you know, hey, if you want to save a few bucks, you got a real Rolex Submariner, GMT, or sports model that's got this oyster band on it, and you're just wondering, hey, I don't want to pay $200 plus for a watch link for my Rolex. I just don't have it, or you know, I just want to be frugal about it, and it's going to be my watch. I don't necessarily care about one link. Yeah, you could use a replica link. Absolutely no problem. You just have the correct Rolex pin to go into it, and there you go. I'm going to go ahead and start working on this. I got to add 2 links to it. So I'm going to bring out the originals I have behind me, because I don't want them mixed up with the replica. Because as you can tell, it's very hard to distinguish the difference. It can be very confusing. And so I don't want confusion on a real Rolex band with replica parts around. No. Because as you can see, they match up pretty darn well. I mean, so well, in fact, that no one would have really ever noticed the difference at all, you know. So I'm just going to go ahead and do what I need to do. Just wanted to show you how similar and close these are, even on a triple A. On a triple A, folks, it is just incredible. So their polishing is spot on for a triple A all the way up to a Rolex clone. Anyone that says their polishing is not spot on, hey, come back to this video and ask them in a freeze frame which link on this band is not the legitimate link. And they're not going to be able to tell you. And, you know, if someone by some chance does come along and tell you, hey, I can tell the difference between a real link and a fake link on a band just by looking at it, no, you can't. Not unless you zoom in on it. Not unless you want to use your optics to get in deep on it and have a look. Other than that, I'm telling you right now, I can't tell a difference. That's why I have the real links behind me, because I can't tell the difference. I don't want to get them confused, because whichever AAA or clone, there's an arch in there I had shown you. Hey, that can be simulated with extra buffing. Who's to say that on some models they haven't already copied that as well? So I want to make sure I'm using legitimate parts on this band. So yeah, I have them segregated for right now until this video is concluded, and then we'll go ahead and start looking for the correct pins. I may not have the pins for this. If I don't, I'm going to have to order them. So we'll just have to wait and see. But thank you everybody for watching. This is Alabama D. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Sorry it's long getting some videos out. It started out with, you know, my car issue, and then COVID. Now my wife is in the hospital with a blood infection. Not doing too entirely well, and my congestion from my COVID still hasn't gone away. But either which, folks, thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Would you use a replica link on an original band just to save a few $100s? Let me know in comments below. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.